Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be working on a E430 Mercedes E-Class. It's a 2002 and we will be replacing brake pads on this guy. So if you guys are interested in watching this video, please hit that subscribe button before anything else, because that's most important. And second important is to watch the whole video, because don't skip through, because you might miss a couple steps on how to DIY your E430 brakes. The front ones are pretty basic, standard replacement, and the back ones are a little bit different. But at the end of the video, if you like it, make sure you hit that like button. So this is your brake wear sensor. Make sure you unplug it before you pull your caliper off, because you might rip it off. So in the result of having your brake light on, it's your brake pads wearing down to your sensor. Perfect example. And this is what happens to your sensor when your brakes go bad, and your light on your dash will come on saying your brake pads are a little too low, and you shouldn't go any further, because this is the example of for your brake sensors. If you go any further than this, you will damage your rotor, and then these guys cost a lot more than these guys. And this brake sensor is only $10 at your local AutoZone store. So make sure not to drive when this sensor goes on, because, and this is the new one. So we are using nothing but Brembo, and these chickens over there are making a lot of noise. So all right, let's put a new sensor on and start installing this, guys. Alright guys, so make sure you take these bolts out. This is the cylinder bolt for the cylinder slides back and forth. You see how this one is worn out, and this results to your brake pads wearing one side, because the caliper is getting stuck on this. So make sure you grease these guys. That's what the little packages of grease come on in your brake set. The grease is for the bolts right here, so the caliper can slide in and out slowly when you apply the brakes. You are not supposed to apply the grease to this guy or these guys. You apply it right here. Adjust the hub. Alright, so this is the driver's side front tire, and so what you want to do is, if you're changing only your pads, make sure you change your sensor as well, because it's right here. All you have to do is unplug it, pull the pad out, it's connected to the pad, replace it, make sure you plug it back in. So when you plug it back in, there's two torque bolts back here, or Allen wrenches. I'm not sure, I didn't even pay attention. I think I use a T45 torque, and just unscrew those two out. They come up pretty easy, they're not high torque bolts. So put your pads on, retrieve your cylinder back to the original place. Make sure you grease these guys before you put them in, so they're not getting stuck. Put your tire back on. So as you guys can see, my dad is still using winter tires. He lives in Michigan and he doesn't want to take any chances, so, because you never know in Michigan, it could snow tomorrow. Alright guys, so this is the rear driver's side. I want to show you a little bit different setup on this brake caliper. So on this side you have the pins, and so let me just zoom it out. So you have this little pin going through. You push it out this way toward the inside, and then you pull the brake pads outwards. They come out this way, and that's how you replace them. And then you push the pin back in this way, and it's a straight up process, just like the front ones. So let's go ahead and remove these guys. Alright guys, so I found this little perfect bolt that fits in this little slot. So what I do is There you go. So spin comes out, this guy gets removed. Alright, so this is brake pads. Come out like this. And okay, so brake pads it out. Alright guys, so I'm sure there's an easy way of doing this, but this is the way I do it. Push the pin back through, make sure it's hooking up, holding the brakes in, make sure it's all the way in here, also from the back side. And that's how you get your rear brakes on. Okay, let's move on to the passenger side now. Alright guys, so we're on the passenger side. We got a cameraman going on. We got a film crew. Screwdriver. Loosen up a little bit. So this is how I move the caliper back. So it gives me a lot of room to get everything else out. You guys can also turn the wheel to the right or to the left, depends which side you're doing. So it's easy access to these guys. But I'm used to keeping it straight. Alright, so we do have a little issue going on this side. We have the brake sensor coming in, but we are missing the brake sensor here for some reason. Pins out, pin them out. So this one is bad as well. Roll it in, missing a brake sensor. So we're about to run out to a local store and get a brake sensor for this guy. So we can reinstall the brake sensor into the pad and put them together. Alright, so we got everything done on the Mercedes. The brakes are done, so make sure when you finish installing your brakes, changing your pads, make sure you pump your brakes to get your brakes nice and firm so they're not falling to the floor. And start the car again and pump them again before you take it off, before you put the car in gear. So let's go ahead and do that procedure. Alright, so right now, gotta get in the car, get a key, and pump the brakes. Alright, so a couple times is good. Alright, let's turn this off. Alright, so your brake should get pumped right now. Alright, let's get it in gear. It's holding pretty good.
Alright, let's go back. It's working.
Alright guys, so the Mercedes brakes are done. I want to thank you guys for watching the video, and on the next videos we're gonna have something else coming up. So we'll see how everything goes, and hopefully the Mercedes brakes are gonna hold up pretty good. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and catch you next time.